G'day mates, today we are heading into a world where not everything that glitters is gold. Australia is known worldwide as the lucky country. People reckon everyone here has a house with a pool and a shiny SUV. But have you ever thought about the massive mountain of debt sitting right underneath this lifestyle? In today's video, I'm going to tell you 3 real-life stories that will show how one wrong decision can take you straight from the high life to standing in a line at Centrelink. Today we are going to talk about a family that put everything on the line just to get on the property ladder, a scam that targets Australia's wealthiest people, and a secret economy that runs purely on cash. So, sit tight, because this journey is going to be a bit emotional and a massive eye-opener. Story 1. The Negative Gearing Nightmare. So, let's start in the suburbs of Sydney. Meet David and Sarah. A perfect couple, both in corporate jobs, and they had a dream: the Australian property portfolio. In 2022, when interest rates were rock bottom, they bought 2 investment properties. Their plan was simple: use negative gearing, save on tax, and be rich in 10 years. But there was one thing they didn't account for: variable interest rates. By the time 2024 to 25 rolled around, their monthly mortgage payments had doubled. From $4,000 straight up to $8,000. David worked overtime, Sarah started a part-time job, but the hole was so deep it was impossible to fill. They still looked wealthy on the outside, the same big car, the same expensive school fees, but on the inside, they were losing $2,000 every single month. One day, David had a realization when he was thinking 10 times before buying a $5 toy for his kid. Are we actually rich, or are we just bank employees without a salary? Their story shows how the interest rate cliff has stripped the sleep away from thousands of Aussie families. When David finally sold his house, he found out the market was a bit down and he didn't even get enough money to cover what he owed the bank. He ended up with zero, and a lesson for life. Story 2. The Franking Credits Heist. Now, let's head into the elite circles of Melbourne. Here, it's not just about houses, it's about shares and dividends. Our next character is Mr. Henderson, a retired engineer who had a $2 million share portfolio. Mr. Henderson received an email from an investment firm promising to double his returns by optimizing franking credits. This tax system is very popular in Australia, so he reckoned it was legit. He gave his access to a new portal. He thought he was managing his shares, but in reality, it was a ghost platform. For 6 months, Mr. Henderson watched his balance grow from $2 million to $2.5 million. He was so wrapped with the results that he even invited his mates to join in. But when he tried to withdraw, the website started showing under maintenance. The next day, his $2 million portfolio was gone. That firm was a shell company operating out of Vanuatu. This story is important because sophisticated investors in Australia reckon they can't be fooled. But when greed meets complex tax laws, even the big players get caught out. Mr. Henderson lives in a small unit today and tells people, never trust a dashboard you can't verify. Story 3. The Secret World of Cash-Only Contractors. So now let's talk about the economy that runs under the radar. Every year in Australia, there's a tax gap worth billions of dollars. Why? Because people deal in cash. This is the story of Big Mick, a builder who only took cash. Mick didn't pay tax for years. He had lockers inside his house stuffed with cash. He never put money in the bank because he was terrified of the tax office, ATO. He reckoned he was the smartest bloke around. He bought an expensive boat, spent $100,000 cash on his daughter's wedding. But Mick forgot one thing. The ATO now uses AI and data matching. When the ATO noticed that Mick's lifestyle didn't match his zero-income reporting, they raided Mick's house. Mick didn't just have to pay back all the tax. He copped a 200% penalty and jail time as well. All that hard-earned cash of his became the government's in an instant. People think by working in cash they're beating the system. But in Australia, the system always wins. So guys, these 3 stories aren't just tales. They're a mirror of Australia in 2026. David's debt, Henderson's deception, and Mick's theft. They all tell us that real wealth isn't about the flex, it's about stability. What do you reckon? Is Australia still the lucky country, or is it sinking under a mountain of debt? Give us your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this long-form deep dive, then support us, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Look after your finances, and see you in the next video. Cheers, mate.